So it is August. I guess you'd call it the mid to late summer. And I haven't done a garden tour in a good while. There's a lot of work we do in the summer. At this time of the year, we really slow down. It's too hot, but we work on some things in the cool of the evening or early morning. But this is also the time of year where we stack wood. We have lots more wood coming, cutting and stacking. We might invest in a wood splitter this year. We still have our one chicken coop here. We close them in at night, mainly in this side. And we get our eggs out of here. Oh, there's one in there right now. We also have this little coop area for baby chicks. Several places around the farm here where they lay their eggs. We gather them up in the mornings. So as we go toward the cookhouse, on the left side of this little road is our mulch pile. We add fertilizer to it when we use it for potted plants. And one of the newest things we've done is our shade house. So in here we've got some figs started. A lot of these will be our stock trees for future cuttings. And then we're trying our hand at propagating some magnolia trees. A lot of my blackberry cuttings have taken out very well. And more pomegranate cuttings. Some don't look too good. But my throwaways, I thought were throwaway sticks, I put in here, and all of them are budding. Pretty cool. These 4 plants are special. These are seeds I bought. Moringa. And the leaves and the stems are very nutritious. That's all I got to say. It's one of the miracle plants. You got to look it up. It is well worth it, moringa, but they'll need to be protected through the winter. So the shade house is going to be a great place to work as we do more here. And that is our Kubota tractor. So excited about it. We've kind of built this area up in here as well. Now going over to the greenhouse, which you've seen in the past, be very full. Right now it's kind of empty. I'm kind of clearing it out. The only thing I have left in here is strawberries, the perennials, they go from year to year, and some extra rosemaries that I propagated. And this is where the moringas are going to live. I'm going to have 3 or 4 moringa trees. I'm going to let them get only as high as the ceiling, and they're going to permanently stay in here. I have a lot of windows and openings in here to keep it cool. Plus, I have a covering on the ceiling. And this is like a double covering on this side. Hey, ladies. And there is our other chicken coop. This is the first one we had when we first moved here like 10 years ago. And happy hens do live here. So I come in here and I got a brooder. She has been brooding for, gosh, I don't know, 3 days now. So I think she's definitely going to be hatching some eggs. Oh, let me give them something so they leave me alone. Okay, you guys ready for some more? I have a feed room in here that we store feed and hay, supplies. A little messy, but we've got some things that we're getting ready to clean out to prepare for the fall. I have a little system set up here that I'm going to do every year because it's worked out so good. I have all of my peppers in pots against the wall, and I can cover them for frost, and they just like it there in the pots. And right in the middle is the turmeric. It grows high and casts shade on the greenhouse in the summer, but in the winter it dies off to ground level. And then I've got my squash growing on top of the pineapple, and I have one squash at this end, and the vine just is going all the way down, and I have another squash on the other end. So the pineapple I usually bring into the greenhouse during the winter. These are really huge. I don't know if I can do that this year. So here's the squash at the other end, taken off in the other direction. But it's a nice little grow area for all of these things. I have a loofah, which is kind of late. It should be, well, it's flowering now, which is good. But my goal for that loofah was actually to grow up and over the roof of the greenhouse to also help shade it. Now this is my main work area. I just call it the herb garden, but of course it's a lot more than herbs, and I'll just kind of sound off what I've got going here. Here I have Everglades tomatoes growing. The beginning of another Seminole Indian squash. Rosemary in the ground. Basil right behind the rosemary growing on the fence. All my lemongrass, I have a lot more than this, but lemongrass all the way down. And another Seminole squash growing with a few of them in there already. You can see one. I have another Seminole squash, and here I have some herbs, oregano, lemon balm hiding in the pots under there. I have 4 or 5 tomato plants started here. Come in, you have this big bed here. It has kale, peas, green beans, 2 kinds of green beans. And here's bush beans I have to thin out. Romaine lettuce, Paris lettuce, and spinach. And I grow a lot of this every year, and they're heirloom varieties, and I sell the seeds on my Etsy store, Family Tree Farm. Now to continue back against this fence line, we have some cilantro starting, ginger, and against the fence, comfrey. A lot of lavender, and some celery that I need to maybe move, give it more light, more water. Another Seminole Indian squash plant. And then this is an overgrown sweet potato bed. I'm just letting it grow wild and see what happens in the fall. So this has become a really nice grow area for me, and I really love it in here. I'm really surprised how much I can get out of this small space. Now outside my area, I was showing you before the lemongrass and one of my Seminole squash plants doing really well. A few things I have left to show you. I have all of these pomegranate starter trees that I took off of the mother plant 2 years ago. And then over there, Bob's been doing a lot of building. Maybe part 2, I'll show you some of the paddocks, fencing, stalls, different things, the fruit grove that he's been working on. It's really a lot of work. We have 2 ewes and 1 ram. The ewes are Lucy and Ethel. The ram is Dodge. And if Lucy has a baby ram, we're going to call him Little Ricky, of course. So I keep their feed bucket out here, and I give them a scoop every morning to share. We've been really happy, even though it's small scale. There's other projects. We have a huge sweet potato garden with tomatoes, and we harvested all the tomatoes and pulled them out. And we're going to prepare this bed for fall real soon. We have a lot of figs that we're getting ready to can. Bob has picked, I think, 4-gallon Ziploc bags full of figs. Figs are doing great this year. So, and of course, we have just some citrus trees. I need to get them all on the ground, but this one has 2 or 3 oranges. And we are so super excited that we have our new tractor. I'm really, really happy about that. Bob's on it every day almost. And I will update you with part 2 with the fruit grove as soon as I can. Have a great day.